Favorite saint is St. James the Greater. It's my favorite saint because it's my patron saint. I was named after my father, who was James, and so my favorite's St. James the Greater. Walked the Camino a million times where St. James the Greater is buried. My Episcopal motto is be doers of the word. And the reason for that is it comes from the Epistle of St. James, as St. James the Lesser. And so I chose that because I really think it sums up the epistle from St. James, which really is a pastoral letter on how one ought to live. And so I think that's really the heart of it, be doers of the word, not just simply hearers, but doers of the word. Most challenging thing for me as a bishop, I would say just in my diocese, is a bit unique, is we have few priests, and we're a very, very poor diocese. I'd say we're the poorest diocese in the United States. And so to have priests so that we can have the sacraments and to have the funding in order so that we can keep the churches open, keep them heated, just basic things, basic catechetical materials, things like that. One of my priests, Father Frank Chacon, a wonderful man, continues to serve the church. He's in his mid-70s, and he continues to be a pastor of a big parish, large parish with a big Hispanic population. But he's done a catechetical series that's used all over the United States. And just the fact that he wants to get the truth out, teach the people the faith, and help to catechize them, that makes me very proud. He's a wonderful, wonderful man. I would say the best piece of advice to give to a new priest is just to go all in. Go all in. People are very, very welcoming. They want you to be a part of their life, part of the families, the highs, the lows, all those different things. And just go all in and be there for them. Our whole goal really is to lead people into a deeper relationship with the living Christ. And I'd say just don't be afraid of that. So a couple things about my diocese. We're in 2 states. That's very unique. We're in Northeast Arizona, Northwest New Mexico. We have the highest percentage of Native Americans of any diocese in the U.S. 62% of our lands are Native American lands, which makes it very unique. We have 7 distinctive Native American tribes. And because of that, what makes it a little unique or a little challenging at times is it's one of the poorest, if not the poorest diocese in the United States. We wouldn't be able to do just basic things, basic catechetical materials, formation of deacons and priests, and just basic things that I think sometimes people might take for granted and think, oh, these are simply done. But for us, it's kind of difficult. Sometimes we have a hard time rubbing 2 pennies together. And so the Catholic missions really helps us to do that. The generosity of people from outside of our diocese contributing to the collection helps us to do some of these basic things. Just to send men to the seminary to help them be formed in future priests and serve the people of the diocese. We still take up the collection. We take up all the collections, and one of the reasons for that is everybody has to be given the opportunity to contribute, no matter how wealthy or how poor they are. Everybody wants to be able to be given that opportunity to contribute to the collection to help to not only take care of the places in your own diocese, but other Catholic home mission dioceses in the U.S. So I have a very, very special connection to my diocese because I was born in the Diocese of Gallup. I was born on the Navajo Reservation. My mother and father, they moved there because my father was a teacher and a coach, and they also became Catholic there. So I was a priest of Phoenix, but when I was sent back to the Diocese of Gallup, then I was returning home, essentially. So I have a nice little connection. My father was a teacher there, I was born there, and that's where my family came into the faith. I think this pastoral letter is extremely important. We haven't had a new one since 1977. That was during the time of Pope St. Paul VI. So you think about all the time that's taken place. But I think we really need to have a good pastoral letter to help us to minister to and amongst the Native American people, and to let them know as Catholics that their voice is always heard and that they're cared about as well. Well, I think one of the things that we see amongst the Native American peoples too, we really see a high level of homelessness. And amongst the homeless, we also see a high level of mental disability or mental illness. And I think the church and her initiative can help to meet that and to minister to the people. Again, making them feel as if they're not forgotten, making them reminding them that they are important, and making them know that the church is here. The church is there to help them heal and find ultimate healing in Christ. Yeah, I keep going back to the Camino because, first of all, I love it. I love to walk. But to think about that you're connected with, thousands and millions probably people who have walked this, and some of them are actual saints. And it really reminds you of the earthly pilgrimage that we're all on. So you have a destination in going to Compostela, and we have a destination in this life, which ultimately is in heaven. My favorite thing about being the bishop is getting out and meeting the people, just being amongst the people. And probably the highlight of all of that is celebrate the Mass. I've been on the Camino 5 times. I'm getting ready to go out for my 6th time. And the plan for this year is to walk into Santiago de Compostela on my 60th birthday, which will be exciting. And you meet people from all over the world. And I just love it. I keep going back over and over and over. I walk with bishop friends, priest friends. I just love it. I can't get enough of it. But to think that when you arrive at the end, that's where St. James the Greater is buried. That's my patron. And so I love it. So I'm constantly praying to him along the way. If things come to my mind, maybe if I have cares, concerns, things like that, I just automatically turn them over to St. James.